Good morning, Vietnam.
Okay, now we're on.
Hey.
Yeah, you prematurely.
Did I?
Good morning,
did
Vietnam.
that go down there? I don't know.
Yeah, you prematurely. Okay, so we have
How are
Miss
you guys?
Amanda Baar.
Hi.
Miss Amanda Baar. How are you?
I am good. How are you guys?
Well, you know what? Well, first, since we just started this, we're going to go introduce Mark Klecka. I'm with Caldwell Banker here downtown. We are in front of, we're essentially in front of Nyes because that's pretty much the only place there is in downtown. And to my left is the very fit and very studly Scott. And would you please introduce yourself?
You've been drinking already?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
He started
early.
I got my coffee. Oh, dude, where's my Nyes coffee?
I think it's behind you. Good morning. Yes, Scott Maloff, Summit Lending Solutions Corp. And today is, of course, a Saturday, April 15th.
Mm-hmm. Down here.
It's tax day, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. We have a couple extra
Wow,
days,
what a fun day to remember.
Mm-hmm. That's how I remember my daughter's birthday tomorrow. So the day after tax day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another beautiful day, and we've got a good show. We've got three guests scheduled today.
Yes, we do. But we're also here down at the farmers market.
Yep.
And as always, here people just buzzing around, and we have Miss Amanda Baar here with us on the mic.
Yes, always excited to talk to you guys.
Yes. Okay, now bring
She's
that up.
the manager.
See, we got that, so we got to really kind of just.
Hey,
how you doing?
Nice. There we
Yeah,
go. There we go.
There you
Is
go.
that better?
like a rock star.
Yeah, it's kind of set to just to pick up around, just like around here.
Amanda is manager extraordinaire at Nyes and Nyes.
She is manager extraordinaire over here at Nyes and Nyes.
I need to put that on my name tag.
You do.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. But we'll have that done with your glossies, your 8x10 glossies.
Yes.
Okay. So so I guess the overview of what makes Nyes and Nyes fan. I mean, we already know, and we just can't say it enough that people here that are downtown know about it. Some that, and I still meet people that come down here all the time that really don't know
Oh yeah,
what
I would
Nyes
say.
and Nyes is about. And then when they find out, that's all she wrote. Like, they're here all the time.
Yeah, we try everybody that comes in the door. We try to tell them about Nyes and Nyes and what we do here, because once you hear our mission, you hear how important it is to our employees and to the public. And I think once you come in, you're kind of a hooked customer for sure.
And so you do ice cream.
Yes.
And these are all, it's not just, we'll talk about the mission a little bit, and I'm going to kind of backtrack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we have 35 employees that work for Nyes and Nyes, and all of them have intellectual or developmental disabilities. So, for instance, my brother Joey, he is 21 and he works for me. He has Down syndrome. And so we have a lot of people that work for us with Down syndrome, autism, just varying intellectual disabilities. And then we have 2 owners and 1 manager.
That would be you.
Yes, and that would be me, and that would be me.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to prelude that, like, get that first, because that'd be enough, like, for people to come.
Yeah.
But then you add to that the fact that the coffee is phenomenal. Like, you don't even have to have that mission for this to be a fantastic establishment.
Right.
Like, the coffee's great, and if that wasn't enough, the ice cream is ridiculous. And then, if that wasn't enough, throw in something you would not expect to have. Beignets. It took me a second. And I keep thinking about the hat you got in there that phonetically.
Beignet.
Beignet.
So
I've got to get one of those.
Y-A-Y.
So how did that come about? Like, cause that's not a common thing to have, like.
No, but people would always struggle with pronouncing it. And so I think in the beginning when we first opened Nyes and Nyes, it was one of those things that everybody knows how now to pronounce it. And so it's just a big, right on our hat.
And tell us about the everything's made here.
Yeah, everything's
tell us
made
about the kitchen a little bit.
Yeah, so in the kitchen we have Christian Nye, who's one of our 2 owners, and so him and one of our employees, his name is Nick. Nick comes every morning, 5 days a week. He's here 9 to 12, and he kind of preps everything. He gets ready for the beignets. He helps Christian in the back do ice cream, bagels, and all that good stuff. So the 2 of them really rock and roll in the back. And then whenever we get an order of beignets, all of our employees know how to use the fryer, which is pretty awesome. So they go to the back, and then they make customers their beignets, so they're fried to order.
So how do you come up with doing beignets, though, too? Like, that's kind of an odd, not odd, but I mean, it's a different thing. Nobody else does it.
Yeah, I think, so Christian just thought it would be a really good idea to bring something like that in that's a little bit different. And we have customers that come in all the time, and they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't had a beignet since I was in New Orleans.
Right.
So it's definitely one of those things that attracts the customers.
Yeah.
And now we're trying chocolate beignets.
Ooh.
Oh,
now
stop
I might
it.
get into that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Stop it.
With a little bit
Should
of
have had
glaze.
that at
Tease
an
me with a-
eating contest.
Don't
The
tease me with a good
chocolate
time. I'm
ones.
ready.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Mark, you would have won if it was a chocolate beignet, right?
If I recall, I think Mark
Yeah.
only had like 2.
Yeah.
I think he got like, let's
No,
let's
He
be
said he
I
was
honest
close to
here.
4.
Yeah.
He said he
Yeah.
was close to 4.
I
okay,
deserve it.
okay.
I deserve
The
that.
champ
'Cause
had
I'm-
12,
yeah.
I think, or something.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
not going to keep me from smack talking
And,
every single
yeah.
event. Did
I'm
you-
ready for the ice cream eating contest.
Yeah.
So that's the one that's
I'm ready for
coming
that.
up.
So
too.
talk about the contest. You
Yeah,
have just
so-
one of
So
each.
we try to
each
do 2 contests at a time, like close to each other. We have an ice cream eating contest and a beignet eating contest, and we do each one of those twice a year.
Okay.
So we just did our beignet eating contest, and that was
That was April 1st, 2
yes,
weeks ago,
April
right?
Yep.
1st.
I'm still feeling
so, yeah. And then we're going to have an ice cream eating contest in about 2 weeks.
On
Really?
the 29th?
That-
I want to
Or
say
the
it's
Please
May
don't-
6th.
please say
May
not 29th.
6th.
I believe it's the 6th.
All right.
Yes, I believe it's the 6th.
We'll be
and
here.
So what
So-
we'll do is
All
set
right.
up our table in the street, and then everybody will chow down. So
Now,
it's,
can we do the same thing we did there as we did for the beignet? Can
Oh,
we set up like
Set
right at
up
the head
and
and
Of course,
do the
play by
play-by-play
play.
and all that.
A play-by-play
Mark will
for
be in
sure.
it, and I'll do
I'll
the
be in it, I'll
play-by-play.
get
and I'm
sick.
telling you guys, I am
you-
ready for this one.
Are you?
This is where I
Don't-
really
she's
shine.
no joke. Like,
No.
because again, cocky again.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the spoonfuls, and I look over, and we took some videos. So I recapped to kind of get the play-by-play, so I could train. And I looked at her and Amanda's technique, and she basically made an entire popsicle out of and she took the entire thing out and just shoved it down. To heck with brain freeze.
Yeah,
like
right?
you'll deal with that later, man.
To
Just-
heck, yeah.
And
I'm
the-
telling you.
and the difference is, I think, with the beignets is that's kind of doughy. So with ice cream, it's just the brain freeze you have to worry about. Getting it down, it's going to go down. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not going to choke on it.
Right.
And I had brain surgery, so what's a brain freeze?
Oh.
You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, oh yeah, what's a brain freeze?
So, so is it November then? Because I just moved here in the fall, so I saw the ice cream eating contest.
Yes.
That was, I think, around November. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
so
and
you're
then
have
we're
one.
going to have another one next month. So we try to do like the 2 a year. So
Right.
usually in the fall, and then we don't do them that much in the summer just because we don't have as many customers and snowbirds go back. So we try to get them when it's busiest down
Right.
here in
And it's
Sarasota
2
too.
each, right? So you get 2 beignet
each.
contests.
Yes.
Sorry. Beignet eating contest a year, then 2 the ice cream
And then
a
2
year,
ice
right?
cream.
or
yeah.
bagnets.
Or
Either
beignets.
one.
I mean,
we
however-
accept both.
if you're in the know,
however you
it's
wanna say
actually
it,
those in Nolans. Those that actually live up there, it's beignets.
Is that how they say
Yeah,
it?
it's beignets.
Ooh.
That's-
Well, then
I
I've
don't
really
think
been
so.
pronouncing it
Right,
wrong
so
here.
your hats get those reprinted.
It's the
because- big.
Oh, no.
No, it's actually
It's
not.
it's a French pastry.
You hear if you hear somebody say, "Yeah, I'm going to go have some beignets and then some escargots at the Grand Prix,"
escargots.
you know, man, it's that guy.
know, yeah,
Not too
exactly.
bright. Not too bright. Well, this
Tell us. So another thing is your brother,
Yeah.
Joey.
Yeah.
There was a documentary or something
Yeah.
I heard.
It
and
was
I
more
haven't
than or
seen it.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thing
I
was
I want to hear
really,
about
really
that.
Good.
Yeah.
So the documentary is called Baar, which is our last name, so Baar. And Joey, he is 21 and he has Down syndrome. He works here at Rise and Nyes with me, and he also works for a local nonprofit called Adventure for All. And so Adventure for All had taken Joey up to the Adirondacks with 3 other kids with intellectual disabilities, and they went up there for a week-long vacation, vacation, but also work.
Okay.
So they were doing awesome things like biking, hiking, fly fishing, kayaking, and it just kind of allows them to show their abilities. And so in this documentary, it basically tells Joey's story about when he was diagnosed with leukemia at a young age and how he overcame leukemia and to now become such a great athlete that he is through the training of Adventure for All through
Yeah.
Danny and Chase.
It's amazing.
Wow.
So actually, they had that documentary over at Cinebistro last
Okay.
week. That and 2 others. Unfortunately, I could not stay for the 2 others, but I went to had a great meal, Cinebistro, and
Right.
they put it in the theater, and they had Joey's documentary.
That's
And so
awesome.
they're actually doing 2 more playings at Cinebistro
Okay.
of Joey's documentary and then 2 other documentaries of 2 other young adults that
Diff-
are in the program.
Okay.
Different than the one that was the first time. So Joey's the constant.
So it'll be Joey and then it will be the other 2 that were in there. So
Okay.
the one about the 4 boys and then one about Riley, who overcame a lot of obstacles. He had COVID and everything, and then he overcame that, and then he was able to compete in a 31-mile bike race.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
So of these documentaries, is Joey the local one for
No,
us? Are they all local?
They actually all are.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the
All right.
all the documentaries are on the boys who did Adventure for All and
But they're all
trained
from
with
local?
them, and they're
Oh,
all
cool.
local. Yeah,
Oh,
and they
cool.
all train with Danny and Chase.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it
awesome.
was a great. And
It's
and
definitely a
it was-
tear shedder.
Do you,
was
do
not
you
a
know when they're
dry
going to
eye.
air them?
I do. It's sometime next month. I want to say like the 17th. It's on a
Okay.
Thursday, but you can just look on Cinebistro.
On Cinebistro's site?
On Cinebistro
Okay.
or on Adventure for All's site, and it will tell when the
or
play-ins
if you
are.
want to see Joey specifically, there's this group out there. I love downtown Sarasota. It's a group, not a page. And we posted it on there. So if you do a search, I believe you just search right there on the
Right.
group for Joey, and it'll pop up that
Yeah.
because we posted it on there.
All right.
And it's a tearjerker. I mean, not because of anything other than the fact that he's just so brave. I mean, how you doing, sir? Oh, missed the bump.
How you doing?
Tom almost left me hanging.
There was an associate at Call a Banker just walked by. Very, very cool guy. No, just the so I mean, we all like go through life here like, oh my God, today sucks because I feel kind of down. It's
gonna
raining
rain,
outside.
it's,
You know, my phone is so glitchy. That's what I hear from my kids all the time. My phone is so glitchy. Look, man. So I push the button and I'm like a second later it goes into the app. I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible. So then you look at people who are so brave and have like such great attitude to just overcome things like that.
Right.
The disabilities to go on to things that are better than we do.
Oh yeah, and exactly here at Rise and Nyes too. Like all of our employees, like it brings a tear to my eye almost every single day to see like what they can do, and when they're given the chance and they're given that opportunity that a lot of people unfortunately don't give them in the real world, and it's amazing to just watch what they can
I think
do
you're missing
here.
up right now.
So,
aren't you?
so,
I am. I'm,
so,
I'm shedding a tear.
so let's pitch it again. Rise and Nyes on State Street, next to the parking garage,
Yes.
Right
across
next
from
to-
State Street,
Right next
2
to
doors
Bricks.
down from Bricks.
Yep.
Great place, great food.
No, it's fantastic.
Merchandise to buy.
Yes, let's
which
talk
I'm
about the
grabbing a shirt
merchandise.
today.
Yes.
I'm just trying to decide between red and blue.
We actually get the compliment all the time that our shirts are like the most comfortable shirts ever.
They are.
And I know.
Oh, they
and
are.
I don't know what it is about them, but I'm telling you, I have extra larges and I sleep in them almost every night.
It's this extra soft fabric, I
Yeah.
think.
It is.
And I like the stone washed kind of color because they are, if you notice, they're not like stark red or stark blue.
Right.
It's kind of like that, like an acid wash, like a blue acid wash or red or anything,
Yeah.
black. Yeah, I think I got like 17 of them.
That's good.
I think that's all.
Mark's
they-
our bestseller.
Yeah.
But they also have, they have the mugs, they have all this, and it all goes to the cause. And it's Inclusion
Yep.
Revolution, right?
Yes.
Is that what
So
Beavers?
that is our nonprofit. It's called Inclusion Revolution, and then Rise and Nyes follows under our nonprofit. And so everything, when you come to Rise and Nyes and you buy our coffee, you buy our merchandise, it goes right back to Inclusion Revolution, and that is what we're trying to do here, and just continue to show
you guys
that.
you're doing
Yes,
it.
and
You-
100%
You are.
show
Yeah.
that inclusion is cool.
Yeah.
And also, it's so great to have other people get involved too, because Miss Joan Love,
Yes.
she has her book here, The ABCs of Sarasota,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And isn't she contributing 100% of that?
100% of all the proceeds go right back to Rise and Nyes, and it's such an amazing book. She did such a great job, and so it's A through Z, and every single letter shows a different thing in Sarasota that
cool.
you should check out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Next book will be S for Scott. S for Scott. Well,
M for
you are part of
Mark and A
Sarasota.
for
And A for Amanda, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a special
A for
request for
Amanda and
Joan.
for Mark.
Uh-huh. And
Joan, can you write a book about
little
A, M, and S,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
talk about us?
And just sell it. Yeah,
Yeah.
sell it here.
Yeah, we very
We will sell
self-indulgent.
3 copies, one to each of us.
And our family members. But also with Miss Love does as well, and I think some people know this, and as well.
Yep.
She does a good portion of the ferry doors. Down
Oh, yes.
See, here again, me with the ferry doors.
Yep.
Like I'm a grown butt man right here, and it just excites me too. I think I found 2 more. See
Did
how I
you?
just lit up
Yeah.
right there? I think I found 2 more. There's a second one over by Cascade Ale, and one more across from the Mark on Pineapple.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have customers that come in
awesome.
all the time, and they find it so fun to look for all of the tiny doors because you can come into Rise and Nyes and you can scan the code, and then it shows you what you're looking for, and it's like a little scavenger hunt. And
no.
if you do the scavenger
we've
hunt,
yet to do that.
oh, Oh, okay. So if you complete the scavenger hunt, you can come back to Rise and Nyes and you get a free cookie.
All right.
Oh, dude, I'd do it for free, but for a free cookie?
Can't go wrong
I'll
with
do a
a
lot
free
for a free cookie.
Mm-hmm.
No, and the cookies here are amazing.
They
Yeah,
are.
so no, so the merchandise, the T-shirts, they got hats, you got your own coffee, right?
Yes, we do bagged coffee. We do, like you said, mugs. We just started actually selling socks, which is one of our big hits now. So we do our heart socks. So we have a heart mural in Rise and Nyes, and it kind of has become our new symbol and what we're kind of pushing out. Like,
Now, was that done by Brandon?
no, that one wasn't. It was done by another artist, but
Okay.
then Brandon started doing some other stuff for
Okay.
us, and he's helping us design some heart shirts and
Nice.
stuff.
Okay,
And
so-
that's really taken off. And so the socks, the heart socks have really become a thing, and it says it's an inclusion revolution.
Right.
And then we have a bunch of hearts on the socks, and people seem to love them.
Oh yeah, no, I got a pair, and they're not only they good looking, they're comfortable. They're very comfortable. You know, when I mentioned Brandon Thrift does a lot of the spread love, art you see around. Like
Right.
for instance, like behind us over at the Living Vogue, that entire building back there is just all. I think he did that one, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah,
He did
he
that
did
one
that
back
one, yeah.
there. Yeah. Mhm.
And then I think in this little workout place, there's a whole wall, but you'll see it all over town. You'll see that spread love. And he's got stickers, and it's the heart and just the kind of handwritten spread love.
Right.
And it's all over. Very colorful,
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah.
We have a couple of his signs in Rise and Nyes, too. Mm-hmm.
And speaking of paintings too, and I'm like all
I
over
was
the
going to
place.
bring that up. I said you have an artist on staff as well.
We do,
We
yeah.
do. Yep, exactly. Know where I'm going, Scott.
I
You know where I was going with
was
that.
thinking of that.
Every
about 5
Saturday
minutes ago.
morning, Julia sells her paintings from 9 to 12, so she works on them really hard throughout the week, and then she also paints on Saturday mornings here, and she even takes special requests. So today we had a customer come and pick up their drawing of their painting of their 2 pugs. They gave her a
nice.
request last
That's
week,
awesome.
and
Nice.
then they came and picked it up this week. So if you ever want something special from Julia, you can come in on a Saturday morning and put in a special request, and she'll have it ready for you the next week.
And that's awesome too, because there's a lot of talent here at Rise and Nyes. Like not only Julie with the painting, but you have a ballroom dancer in here,
Yes.
right? That's
2 ballroom
like international,
dancers.
like international, but national competitions,
Yeah,
right?
we have Kelly Rouse, and then Caleb also does ballroom dancing.
Mm-hmm.
We have Nick Matthews, who does ballroom dancing. We have all of our employees just have so many special talents. Like it's amazing to hear what they can all do. A lot of athletes in our bunch too. A lot of them are in the Special Olympics, and they have won ribbons and medals in the Special Olympics. We have
Yeah,
dancers. We have draw.
It's an
people who
incredible
draw.
business, just being that it gives the employees so much confidence, like to know for themselves that they are functional, they can do that.
Oh, 100%,
And then it also
yeah.
gives the public. 'Cause I think the public they're scared of what they don't know. Like, so it's like it's not like they don't want to understand, but if they don't, it's kind of like, But like when oh my God, look, this is great coffee. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're very welcome. You know, it's like they get to see functional individuals and go, wow, that's not what I thought. You know, so it's about it's about knowledge.
1,000% return customers.
Yeah.
Everybody
Oh, yeah.
comes
Uh-huh.
back.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
I obviously newer to the area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like when I went in there
Yeah.
and I was like, this place is awesome.
Yep.
You know, and I now am there pretty much 5 days a week.
I'm almost not
No,
kidding when I say
no, but I
come
would
by.
be.
The
I'd be
waist
there
belt
7
gets-
if they're only open for 5.
The waist belt gets a little tighter
Yeah,
each time,
exactly.
right?
No.
Hey, Scott, could you take it just for a second? I got to fix Amanda's mic just for a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Could you just take it just for a minute?
Sure. So, no, I think it's fine. I can hear.
Just yourself.
Oh, okay. So Mark is doing some technician stuff with Amanda's mic, so we can get a little more information about Rise and Nyes. But it's a great place. She's a really nice woman, and like I said, one of 3 guests today. So the other 2, we will. We'll have a little later at 12 and 12:30 more local people who run businesses, own businesses, talented. A lot of talent here in Sarasota. How you doing over there, Mark? All right?
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So,
All right.
all right. I
We're
can
ready
hear
to
you
roll.
again.
There
Okay,
we
good.
go.
All right.
A little microphone.
Rock and
So-
roll. Okay,
so-
so this is the beauty about doing this. Well, not live, but
Yeah,
out
that's-
on the streets, hardcore, grassroots. Because if something doesn't come up and go wrong or fall off, or I get concerned. You know, so everything on the fly. So
Yeah.
Amanda. So, excuse me. Rise and Nyes is fantastic.
It is.
We heard your brother's story, but I do understand as well that you did some in the past. You've had some challenges as well. Do you mind?
Yeah, no,
hitting
definitely.
upon that at all,
So I'll start a little backstory. But so Joey was the first one with leukemia, and so he's my younger brother. And then I have another brother named Matt who had a very rare stomach sarcoma about 10 years ago. He had a 4% survival rate, and he went to MD Anderson and had a very major stomach surgery, and he is doing great now. He is thriving. And then about 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with a super deep brain tumor in my thalamus, and I had to go up to Duke University with Dr. Friedman, and he did my surgery, and I was in the hospital for 5 weeks recovering, going through a lot of therapy and a lot of just trying to get my memory back, my words back, my vision in my right eye back. And so it has been a very tough and draining thing on me the last 2.5 years. So I was in dental hygiene school, and I was going to be a dental hygienist when I found out I had the brain tumor, and unfortunately I couldn't go back to school. And so then that's when I found a little piece of heaven, which I call Rise and Nyes. And Beaver and Christian, they had reached out to me and wondered if I would be interested in the manager position here. And that is kind of how I fell into place here. And I find it funny and all amazing and emotional that it led me to this little coffee shop on the corner.
It's a great story. How long have you been here?
I've been here now for almost 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I was working with my dad, just trying to still recover from brain surgery, because it's definitely been a long recovery, and I'm still kind of recovering every day. But 9 months now, and I joke with them all the time, I'm never leaving.
Oh, I can see why. But how did you meet Beaver? How did you and Beaver meet?
So I had always come in here just because with Joey having Down syndrome, and we were always excited to have something like this in the community now, because all we had ever known was like Biddy and Bose,
and Joey wasn't working here at the time.
And Joey wasn't working here. No, we always wanted him to, and we had him on the wait list. But we also have 250 people on our wait list here, which is unfortunate.
That was my next question. Kind of, if because people have come up to me too and saying that would be great for, like, I have a special needs child, how would they get involved?
Right.
And so
and we would love to hire more, and so that's why we're hoping to have more Rise and Nyes so that we can give more opportunities. But that's kind of how I found I would always come in here, and I always thought it would be interesting to work here, but I was working with my dad, and I never knew that they needed this position. And then the manager position opened up, and Beaver and then Kelly, who I know really well, our morning barista, her dad had reached out to my dad and said, take a look at this job. I think Amanda would be really good at it. So I came in 24 hours later. I got the job, and I
gave your dad 1 hour notice and quit.
Gave my dad an hour notice. I said, Dad,
I
sorry, I quit.
Not the family. I'm staying in the family. I'm just quitting my job.
I quit the family
to go to work at Rise and Nyes. That's
I think
a great
my dad
story.
was much happier. He was,
and you were an athlete. You told me prior to your,
yes, yeah. So I loved soccer, a super big athlete. I've always played sports my whole life. So after my brain surgery, it's been kind of a struggle to get back into things.
Okay, so let me ask you, Real Madrid or Barcelona?
Ooh.
That's a tough one, because you mentioned soccer. I did it since I was about 6 months old. So I played all my life.
I would say Real Madrid. And I don't really... That's the one sport. So I do watch a lot of soccer, but that's the one sport I don't watch as much. So I'm a huge football and baseball fan. So I've been trying to put the Rays games on here at Rise and Nyes, and
you should make that known. Like, let people know that people can come here.
Could be a sport.
Dude, if I knew that, I didn't know you guys did that. If I knew
on
that
Saturdays
earlier,
during
no
football,
reason to go anywhere.
I play some football games.
I've seen that on Saturdays.
Yep. On Saturdays when it's football season, I put the football game on up there.
Okay, so that's good. All right, so anybody who wants either fantastic superior coffee, ice cream, beignets,
bakeries, all sorts of bakery
big
stuff.
nets,
Cookies.
But by the way,
they've got
I think is better, and I don't care if you're from New Orleans and you hear this, is better than Café du Monde.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it better here than Café du Monde.
We honestly have people tell us that, actually, a lot. We have people just say, these are as good as New Orleans, or these are better.
They
and
are
I'm
good.
like, oh, yeah.
They are good.
And I know that because I went to New Orleans to train to be humiliated. It's a business write-off. I can write that off. It's fine. But to train for the beignet
You're right
contest,
about the humiliating part.
it was very humiliating. Thank you, Scott, for reminding me of that. And good thing that we have that all on tape.
That's
or
right.
tape. That's how old I am. we have it on 8-track. Good thing we have that on 8-track. But no, that was a lot of fun. But well, outstanding. Well,
So
thank you.
one more thing. Tell everybody the days and times that they're open here.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I mean, because
Good
someday more than
question,
10
Scott,
people
yeah.
are going to listen to this.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to go big. We're going to get
we
up to
have
20,
more than
30.
that right now. We got
we do.
14.
14?
No,
Yeah.
no, actually,
No,
right.
We're
No,
getting
it's
it out
big.
there.
It's
So,
just
yeah,
up there. In all fairness to the thing, it's just up there right now. We're marketing
started.
it, and we're going to start getting people.
Awesome.
So
So,
people are going to
yeah.
listen to this and see this. And
Yeah, and then you're going to have your
you're
8x10
gonna-
glossies that you're going to have.
Yeah.
Love
And
it.
nubs.
Love it.
And we
yeah.
will be here often, but when is it? When are you
So
open?
Tuesday through Saturday. So we're open from 9 in the morning to our closing is 9, but on the weekends we close at 10.
Okay.
So Friday and Saturday night we close at 10 on the weekends.
All right. So
Yep.
9 to 9,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday through Saturday.
Yep.
And I did have another question as well.
Yeah.
So have you guys been thinking about doing a second location?
We have been, and so we're really hoping that we're going to be able to have a second, a third, a fourth in the future. We really are hoping that expansion is near.
That's great.
Yes.
Any, and not holding you to this at all, obviously.
Yeah.
Areas. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Is it like
so
a Lakewood Ranch location, do you think?
we
Would there be
would
like a 41 somewhere on Tamiami location?
Yeah, we would hope more going towards like a Lakewood Ranch location would be
a
awesome,
UTC
like a
thing?
university area,
Yeah.
hopefully. Nothing currently in the works, but we're also hoping to be more locations near downtown Sarasota, so maybe near Bay Park.
Oh, that's an
Yeah.
outstanding.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
the next downtown is happening.
This whole downtown is
Yeah.
big. It's a
Oh, it's gonna
big
get a
area to
lot
cover.
bigger.
You could
Yeah.
have 2 rising
gonna
eyes.
get a lot
Exactly,
bigger.
exactly.
Right,
And
yeah.
so that is definitely in the works, and we're hoping to be many more places other than here.
So I see Rise and Eyes kind of like on the lines of Owen's Fish Camp. How
Yes.
like the original and the best one will be here. Like this will be
Oh,
the
yeah.
original, obviously. You know, and then you'll open something up in Lakewood Ranch maybe or UTC, and people will go there, and it'll be awesome.
Right.
But everyone will love this one,
Yeah.
just like Owen's Fish Camp has a place now in Lakewood Ranch, or I think they're hiring right now. I don't think it's open yet.
And we would hopefully
sure.
use this as more of like a training facility as well, because during the week sometimes we're slower here, but then the weekends are super busy, so we could use this as like where we train people for the next location. And so we will always keep this place
So
near
that
and
list
dear.
of 200 people wanting to work
Yes.
might
That
get
might-
used.
It
That
might.
might you might
Yeah,
run
we're-
out.
we're
That'd
really
be awesome,
hoping,
wouldn't
We're
it?
hoping we can provide as many jobs as possible.
And you
So
guys
fingers
have-
crossed.
What, 30-something employees here?
35.
35.
35,
Okay, so
yeah.
2 more locations. There's like 70 people.
More.
They're off the list.
Yeah. Because a lot of our employees, too, they only can work about 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
So it makes us, which is great, because then we're able to hire more employees and give more job opportunities.
Right.
I'm not sure I could do this show without the Rise and Eyes coffee jacking me up in the morning.
Me too.
And every one of these, they go and they write on top. They write on them.
Right. Personal
Oh,
messages.
God. And like the first one I got had something like, what did it say on it?
I heart Mark.
No. It was Manny. Manny wrote, I think it was Manny. Wrote
Yeah,
something.
Manning, yeah.
And what did it say? He said it was like a blessing. It was like, it's an honor hearing you, or something like, and people are looking at it like, what does that mean? And like, it was. I'm
And
okay,
she
I'm babbling
always,
right now, but
she
it was
always
a really.
puts the most amazing, and like, it brings tears to people's eyes, some of the stuff
Yeah.
that she writes
and
on them.
is it
Yeah.
all? Does she do this, or is
She
everybody?
does a lot. So I would say she does most of our hot cups, like those, like the 16 ounce and 12 ounce. She really likes doing those, and then our iced coffee cups, all of our employees do.
I'm trying to think of what it was said on there, because it really touched me actually.
Yeah.
But I got it at the office, but anyway, I'm starting to cry now. All right. But thank you so much, man. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming out. I know
Thanks
you're
for-
busy. The place is packed.
Kind of short
And thank you
notice.
for taking the time.
No,
Appreciate
thank you
it.
so
Good to
much. I
see you.
appreciate it, guys.
Awesome.
I'll
We'll
talk
see
to you
you
later.
again.
Yeah,
All right.
have a good one.
All right, you
Bye.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was great.
No, that was awesome.
Yeah,
See,
that's-
this is why we love the area. Everybody's happy. and she's amazing.
This is
and-
why
and
I love
Beaver, and
downtown Sarasota.
That's why I love downtown Sarasota too.
You know?
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and take a break here for a second,
Okay.
and we'll go and just shut off here for a few,
Okay.
and then we'll come back on in a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Yeah, we've got some guests coming up.
Yeah, we got some
later,
guests
and-
coming up. Well, it'll only take about 15. So,
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
all right, brother.
All right, hit
Talk to
it.
you soon.